Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the reasons why our notaries are dragging their feet and probably having a problem with getting started doing the notary work. Okay, I know there are a lot of reasons, and I had a lot of reasons, and I was worried about a lot of different things too, but everything at the end of the day works out for the best, and I'm pretty sure that you'll know that once you actually get started. So I made a list of at least 11 things, and on this video, for the sake of the length of the video, we're only going to talk about 5, and I'm going to try to run through those briefly, and maybe by the end it will help you. And if you yourself have experienced one of these reasons as to why you're kind of dragging your feet, then feel free to drop some comments and let's talk about it, okay? So we're going to jump right on into it, and the first one that I wanted to talk about was the fact that some notaries may feel like they don't know the difference between an acknowledgement or a jurat. Now, yes, bear in mind, you do know the difference between an acknowledgement and a jurat. You learned it when you went to class. You know exactly what an acknowledgement is, and you know what a jurat is. On an acknowledgement, it just says that the state and the county and whoever it was that appeared before you, right, and it got the people's name and all that stuff at the bottom, the person who appeared before you, this just acknowledged that the person and the identification stuff that you took is the same person who's standing in front of you. That's all an acknowledgement is. A jurat at the same time is one that where you're going to swear or affirm. Now, this actual paperwork, all it does is that the person says that they are swearing before you that the information the paperwork is true. Okay, so that's what a jurat is. Now, the only thing that you would probably be concerned yourself with, which was a shock to me as well, so let's just talk about it. When I first did an acknowledgement and I first did a jurat, I realized that very quickly that they don't look like this. Okay, so in the class they look like this. They got all the little pretty green around it, and it's got the wording on the front, and it looks all, you see, and then on the jurat it has the same thing. So this is what I guess I was expecting to see. And when I went and met the person, it was nothing like that. The paperwork didn't look like that. It wasn't designed like that, and I had to calm down, come to my senses, and realize that the wording is what mattered the most. So when you go to looking through the paperwork, especially if you're doing general notary work, you're going to see the paperwork that says, on this day before me personally appeared, then you know that is an acknowledgement. And it's going to say it somewhere on the paperwork that is an acknowledgement. It's just not going to look like this, okay? Now, the jurat, you're going to know when it says swear or affirm before me. Now, I've seen paperwork where that little information there was dead down in the middle by itself, like just sitting there. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even see it until I just really, really looked. And that's why they say when you're doing notary loan signing to make sure you prep your paperwork. That's perfectly understandable why they say prep, because just in case your instructions do not point out these types of things, because they expect you to know it as a notary. They may not point out where you sign. They may only point out where the borrower or the borrowers, if it's more than one, sign and the document, but it ain't gonna tell you what to do. So every time you see it, you're gonna see sworn or affirmed before me. Sworn or affirmed before me is a jurat. Make sure you see that, and then you'll know that you have a jurat in hand. And just in case when you leave, this is what I always do. I told you guys before, I have a list. I have a stack of the acknowledgments, and I have a stack of the jurats in my bag just in case I have to replace that paperwork anyway. So if I go and I have a brain freeze or the paperwork looks totally different and I have to pull out one as a cheat sheet, then I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to look at it. Look, they don't know what you're doing. They just know that they're excited about getting this loan, and they don't care, okay? Now,
would you like to get your hands on the cheat sheets discussed in this video? Get those and more in a downloadable PDF form. Now you have copies too. Only at unleashdownloads.com.
Next thing, don't worry about that. That's what you do. Do what I do, cheat sheet. Okay, next thing is affirm. We don't know how to actually put a person under a oath. Okay, so this is what you do, okay? You have the person raise the right hand, put them under oath, and you say, do you swear or affirm that this document is true? That is it. Do you swear or affirm? Now, by law, you don't even have to actually make a raise a hand. You could just simply ask the question, do you swear or affirm that the document is true? And if they say yeah, then what you're going to do, you're going to stamp it and you're going to seal it. You're going to put the date on it, and then you're going to stamp that joker, okay? And we're going to let that thing go. If they are lying, yes, that's a felony, okay? We're not going to stress that it's not. Perjury is a felony. So if they're lying, yes, that's a felony. Are you going to get in trouble? No. And that's going to answer, once again, one of the questions that was in my comment section on one of my videos. Someone was concerned about the fact that I said that if a person, if you don't know that what the paperwork says, don't have to worry about that. It ain't none of your business. Okay, let's just dig a little deeper into that. Okay, suppose you have to tell somebody, do you swear or affirm? But you don't even know what the document is. The document could be in English and you speak English, or it could be in Spanish, you speak Spanish. It doesn't matter. We are just there to simply notarize this stuff and send them on their way and let them be happy campers at the end of the day. If they are lying and they know that they have purposely did something that is against the law, that is their problem. It's not yours, okay? You just ask them, do they swear or affirm that these documents are true? If they say yeah, then guess what? That's on them. Okay, next thing. And we're going to talk about this one really quick, okay? Some people are even worried that if a person has animals in the house, okay, or animals wherever they're going to meet their borrower from, okay. Well, you know what? All of them always require you to call anyway. They always want to make sure that you've called them and confirmed an appointment. So when you do so, you know, especially if you hear them in the back, ask. I mean, I do, even when I'm doing field inspection. If I hear an animal, I ask them, do you have pets? Okay? Before I get ready to go in the backyard, I say, do you have pets? Is it one back there? Ask them to put the pet away. It's simple as that. You know, you're not there to pet people's pets. You know, no offense to people who have pets and you love pets. I have no problem with that. But I'm not there to pet your pet. I'm there to get some business done and get up out of there. So, and that's what you do. You just handle it just like that. Next one, number 3. Some people are afraid of making mistakes. Well, you know what? There's nothing that you're going to learn without making a mistake. You may think that you're not going to make a mistake, because sometimes I get cocky and I swear I'm not going to make any mistakes, and I'll make one and can't believe the mistake that I did make. But you know what? What's the good thing about it? That you learn from it. Once you make a mistake, you learn from that mistake. You know then, from then on, I'm not going to do that anymore. Put it on a sticky note if you have to. You can't become a pro at it unless you make a few mistakes. And you're able to, maneuver around them and keep it going. Okay, so that is number 3. Okay. Number 4, we're going to talk about being actually shy. So maybe I'm just too shy. Maybe I'm too shy to actually get out. Maybe I'm just not outspoken enough to actually get it done. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, you're not going out to actually make friends. You know what? I think every home I went to lately, especially with field inspection, every home I went to, I made friends. Because I don't meet too many strangers. It is what it is. I have the same personality every day. I've had some people with some long, gloomy faces open the door, and I'm like, hey. And before you know it, we all laughing, okay? I have you spitting up in your own home, and you ain't never even met me. So I know for a fact I am not shy. So don't let that discourage you, because at the end of the day, it is not what you're there for. You're not there to make friends. You're there to do a job. So you go and you show up. Okay, introduce yourself. They know what you're there for. Shake hands, whatever you're going to do. Have them pull the papers out. If you are doing for loan signing and you pull the papers out, get it done, shake hands, and leave. Very professional. You don't have to talk. It ain't about being shy. It's about stamping those papers. That's it. Okay? Was that number 5? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't number 5. Let's talk about it. Number 5. Okay. The market is oversaturated. Yeah. It is. Okay, so you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know I'm coming with something else. You guys enjoy the rest of your night.